These healthy fruits are causing leg cramps in seniors. Avoid them now. In our pursuit of health and longevity, fruits are often held up as the shining stars of a nutritious diet. We're told to eat more of them, for their antioxidants, fiber, and natural sugars. Doctors praise them, dietitians recommend them, and for decades, we've believed that fruits, especially the sweet and juicy ones, are a guilt-free indulgence, especially as we age. But what if, for some seniors, certain healthy fruits are quietly triggering a painful, nagging condition that affects their daily comfort, mobility, and sleep? Yes, we're talking about leg cramps, those sudden, sharp, often excruciating spasms that strike without warning, most often at night, leaving many older adults rubbing their calves and gasping in pain. And as strange as it may sound, some of the fruits most often marketed as healthy may actually be contributing to this distress. Let's explore the hidden link between popular fruits and leg cramps in seniors, and more importantly, why knowing this connection could significantly improve your quality of life. The silent agony of nighttime leg cramps in seniors. If you've ever jolted awake in the middle of the night with your calf muscle twisted in a painful knot, you're not alone. Leg cramps, especially nocturnal leg cramps, affect a significant portion of the elderly population. In fact, studies estimate that over 50% of people over 60 experience them regularly. The pain can last from mere seconds to several minutes, and the aftershock, the dull, lingering ache, may haunt you for hours. But what causes these cramps? Many blame dehydration, electrolyte imbalances, lack of movement, or medications, and while those are valid contributors, an often overlooked cause is nutrition, and specifically, certain fruits that may be throwing your body's delicate mineral balance out of sync. The sugar-electrolyte imbalance connection. The human body is a miraculous system, constantly balancing minerals like potassium, magnesium, calcium, and sodium to maintain muscle function, nerve transmission, and fluid regulation. Even a subtle disruption in this balance can cause muscles to misfire, spasm, or cramp. Certain fruits, though rich in vitamins, are high in natural sugars like fructose, and in excess, fructose can increase urination, leading to loss of essential electrolytes. For seniors, who are already more vulnerable to dehydration and mineral loss due to age-related changes in kidney function and lower thirst perception, this can be a hidden danger. Moreover, some fruits are very high in potassium, and while potassium is necessary, too much, especially in combination with medications like diuretics, ACE inhibitors, or beta blockers, can confuse the body's electrolyte signaling, again triggering muscle cramps. Fruits that may be triggering your leg cramps. Let's look at some common, healthy fruits that might be the unexpected culprits behind your nighttime leg cramps. Bananas. Often recommended for leg cramps due to their potassium content. Bananas can actually backfire when overconsumed, especially if you're already taking potassium-sparing medications. The sugar and potassium combo may overwhelm your system. Oranges and orange juice, a breakfast staple for many. Oranges are loaded with citric acid and natural sugars, which may alter your body's pH balance and promote mineral loss, especially if you're drinking juice rather than eating whole fruit. Dried fruits, e.g. raisins, apricots, prunes. Dried fruits are concentrated sources of sugar. Just a small handful contains more sugar than you'd get from a full serving of fresh fruit. And they often lack the hydration and fiber balance that whole fruit provides. Melons, especially watermelon, while refreshing and hydrating, watermelon contains a large amount of fructose. When consumed in large quantities, it can cause a diuretic effect, promoting the flushing of essential minerals like magnesium and sodium. Papaya. This tropical favorite is high in potassium and fructose, which in some seniors may create an imbalance if consumed regularly. Grapes. These tiny fruits pack a punch of sugar. Eating them in large amounts, especially in the evening, may disturb blood sugar levels and mineral absorption during the night, a prime time for leg cramps. Pineapple. High in fructose and bromelain. Pineapple may interfere with digestion and nutrient absorption when overconsumed. It's not that these fruits are inherently bad. It's that for certain seniors, especially those dealing with chronic dehydration, low magnesium, kidney issues, or medications that alter electrolyte balance, Even healthy fruits can act as silent saboteurs. The magnesium deficiency dilemma. One major mineral that deserves special attention in this conversation is magnesium. It plays a critical role in muscle relaxation. Yet it's estimated that up to 75% of older adults are deficient in magnesium. High-sugar fruits, especially those that lack magnesium themselves, may exacerbate this deficiency, not only by contributing to electrolyte imbalance, but by increasing magnesium excretion through the kidneys. In short, too much sugar, even from fruit, may deplete the very mineral you need to prevent cramps. What you can do? Smarter fruit choices and better balance. Does this mean you need to cut out fruit entirely? Absolutely not, but it does mean it's time to be more intentional and balanced in your choices. Here's how you can protect yourself. Limit high-sugar fruits to 1 serving per day, especially in the evening. Avoid fruit juices. They spike blood sugar and offer little fiber. Choose fruits rich in magnesium like avocados and blackberries. Balance fruit intake with hydration. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Get enough magnesium, calcium, and potassium from a balanced diet or supplements, if advised by your doctor. Track your symptoms. Keep a food and cramp journal to spot potential triggers. A gentle warning, and a path forward. It's easy to get caught up in the health hype of natural and wholesome foods, especially fruits. But just because something grows on a tree doesn't mean it's harmless for everyone. As our bodies age, what once worked for us may begin to work against us. Being healthy isn't just about following general advice. It's about understanding your body's unique needs, especially when it whispers to you in the form of a cramp in the middle of the night. So if you're a senior struggling with leg cramps, or caring for someone who is, don't overlook the fruit bowl. Examine it with curiosity. Question the habits you've always believed were healthy. And most importantly, remember, your wellness is not just about what you eat, it's about how what you eat affects you specifically. You have the right to feel comfortable, rested, and free of pain. Sometimes, that starts with a surprising change, like skipping the second banana. The dangerous truth about drinking tea after 65, what doctors don't tell you. A cup of comfort or a hidden risk. For many seniors, a cup of tea is more than just a beverage. It's a ritual, a moment of peace in the morning, a comfort in the evening, a soothing companion to conversation, reflection, or reading. In fact, for those over 65, tea often becomes part of a daily rhythm, associated with wellness, tradition, and even healing. After all, how could something so gentle, so natural, and so widely celebrated around the world possibly be harmful? The answer might surprise you. While tea, whether green, black, herbal, or oolong, does have many health benefits, certain hidden risks emerge for seniors, especially when tea is consumed habitually and without awareness of how it interacts with age-related changes in the body. Some risks aren't even well known to the general public, and many doctors overlook them during routine checkups. In this article, we uncover the often ignored dangers of drinking tea after the age of 65, not to alarm you, but to empower you. By understanding the potential interactions, nutrient depletions, and overlooked health impacts, seniors can make smarter choices and continue enjoying tea in a way that truly supports their health. 1. Tea and iron deficiency, a silent drain on your energy. As we age, our body becomes more sensitive to nutrient absorption. One of the biggest concerns for seniors is iron deficiency, which can lead to fatigue, weakness, poor concentration, and even heart strain. What many people don't realize is that black tea and green tea contain high levels of tannins, natural compounds that can inhibit the absorption of non-heme iron, the type of iron found in plant-based foods. For seniors already eating less or with borderline anemia, drinking tea with or shortly after meals can worsen iron depletion, leading to chronic tiredness and a greater risk of falls and frailty. Solution: try not to drink tea with meals. If you're vegetarian or prone to anemia, give your body time, 1 to 2 hours, between eating and drinking tea. You can also pair iron-rich foods with vitamin C sources, like citrus, to boost absorption. 2. Tea and medication interactions, a hidden conflict. After 65, it's common to be on multiple medications, from blood pressure pills and diuretics to thyroid treatments or blood thinners. What's less commonly known is that certain teas can interfere with the effectiveness or safety of these medications. For example, green tea contains vitamin K, which can interfere with blood thinners like warfarin, making them less effective and increasing the risk of blood clots or stroke. Licorice root tea, often used for digestion, can raise blood pressure and lower potassium levels, a dangerous combination for those on diuretics or heart medications. Chamomile tea, while soothing, can enhance the sedative effect of medications, leading to excessive drowsiness or dizziness. These aren't extreme or rare reactions, they're common interactions that many seniors experience unknowingly. Solution: always tell your doctor or pharmacist about your tea drinking habits. Look up common interactions between your medications and herbal teas, especially if you notice unusual fatigue, dizziness, or changes in heart rate. 3. Fluoride and kidney stress, a long-term concern. Most people know that excessive fluoride can harm bones and teeth over time. But did you know that some teas, especially black and oolong, can contain high levels of fluoride? Older tea leaves, often used in cheap or mass-produced teas, absorb more fluoride from the soil. And since tea plants naturally accumulate fluoride, heavy tea drinkers may consume more than recommended levels, leading to bone brittleness, joint pain that mimics arthritis, kidney strain, especially for seniors with already declining kidney function. Since the kidneys naturally lose efficiency with age, excess fluoride can accumulate and contribute to chronic kidney disease, quietly and without early symptoms. Solution: choose high-quality, organic teas from reputable brands. Rotate tea types and avoid consuming 4 to 5+ cups daily. Herbal teas from non-tea plants, like rooibos or peppermint, don't contain fluoride. 4. Caffeine sensitivity, the sleep and heart connection. While tea generally contains less caffeine than coffee, many seniors are more sensitive to caffeine than they realize. Even a cup of black or green tea in the afternoon can lead to trouble falling or staying asleep, elevated heart rate at night, anxiety or restlessness, higher blood pressure. Why? As we age, our bodies metabolize caffeine more slowly. That means caffeine stays in the system longer. And what feels like a gentle pick-me-up at 3 p.m. might still be affecting your brain and heart at midnight. Lack of sleep, in turn, can weaken the immune system, raise inflammation, and increase risk of dementia or heart disease. Solution: switch to decaffeinated or herbal teas after 2 to 3 p.m. If you're experiencing poor sleep or nighttime palpitations, try going tea-free for a few days and see if symptoms improve. 5. Hidden additives and microplastics, a modern health hazard. Not all tea bags are created equal. Many commercial tea bags are now made with plastic-based materials, which may release microplastics into your drink when exposed to hot water. Studies suggest that a single cup of tea made with nylon or PET plastic tea bags can release billions of microscopic plastic particles. Additionally, flavored teas may contain artificial flavorings, hidden sugars, or pesticides, depending on their origin and production methods, all of which contribute to a chemical burden on the liver and kidneys over time. Solution: opt for loose leaf tea brewed in stainless steel or ceramic infusers. Avoid heavily flavored or low-cost teas with vague ingredient lists. Look for USDA organic or non-GMO certifications when possible. Tea isn't the enemy, but awareness is your best friend. Let's be clear, tea is not a villain. In fact, many teas offer powerful antioxidants, mental clarity, and even heart health benefits. But for seniors, the line between medicine and poison is often in the dosage, timing, and context. Your body at 65 plus doesn't metabolize substances the way it did at 35. And what was once a harmless habit can become a health risk when combined with medications. Nutrient deficiencies, or silent organ stress. So what can you do? Choose smarter. Go for organic, caffeine-free, or herbal options like ginger, turmeric, or rooibos. Time it well. Avoid drinking tea during meals or too close to bedtime. Listen to your body. If you notice changes in energy, digestion, or sleep, reconsider your tea intake. Talk to your doctor, especially if you're on medication or managing chronic conditions. A warm cup of tea should bring comfort, not complications. With just a few mindful adjustments, you can continue to enjoy tea while fully protecting your health. After all, life after 65 should be about peace, balance, Enjoy, one thoughtful cup at a time. 3 innocent foods that destroy joint health in seniors. The silent erosion of joint health. For many seniors, the pain doesn't start with a loud snap or a dramatic injury. It starts quietly, an ache in the knees when climbing stairs, stiffness in the fingers on a cold morning, or a subtle resistance in the hips after a short walk. Over time, these small discomforts become chronic companions. Joint pain becomes part of the daily rhythm, accepted as just getting old. But what if part of this suffering could be avoided? What if some of the joint pain seniors experience isn't simply the result of aging, but is made worse, even triggered, by foods they eat every day without suspicion? In this article, we will explore 3 innocent foods that many seniors consume regularly, sometimes even believing they are healthy. Yet these very foods may be silently destroying joint health, accelerating inflammation, and damaging cartilage. If you or a loved one are over 60 and experiencing joint stiffness, pain, or arthritis symptoms, the information you're about to read could be life-changing. Food 1. Tomato-based products, the hidden inflammatory trigger. Tomatoes are a staple in many homes, used in sauces, soups, pastas, and salads. They're colorful, versatile, and rich in vitamins. But there's a hidden side that many seniors are unaware of. Tomatoes belong to the nightshade family, a group of plants that contain compounds called alkaloids, specifically solanine. In some individuals, especially those with osteoarthritis or rheumatoid arthritis, these alkaloids can trigger inflammation in the joints. Here's the catch: it's not just fresh tomatoes. Think about all the processed foods containing tomato base: ketchup, tomato paste, pizza sauce, marinara and pasta sauces, canned soups. While some people digest tomatoes just fine, others may experience increased joint pain, stiffness, or swelling, without realizing that tomatoes might be the trigger. If you have arthritis or chronic joint pain, try eliminating tomato-based products for 2 to 3 weeks. You may be surprised at how much better your joints feel. Food 2. Diet sodas and artificial sweeteners, the sweet deception. For seniors watching their sugar intake or managing diabetes, diet sodas may seem like a guilt-free pleasure. After all, there's no sugar, no calories, and the sweetness satisfies cravings. But beneath the fizzy appeal lies a danger to your joints. Many artificial sweeteners, especially aspartame, have been linked to increased inflammation in the body. Chronic inflammation is a key driver of joint deterioration. Over time, inflammation breaks down the cartilage that cushions joints, leading to pain, reduced mobility, and swelling. In addition, some studies suggest that artificial sweeteners disrupt gut health, which plays a critical role in regulating the immune system and inflammation. When gut flora is out of balance, inflammatory responses across the body, including in the joints, can spiral out of control. If you're experiencing joint pain and regularly consume diet sodas, sugar-free gum, light, or zero-sugar snacks, flavored waters with artificial sweeteners, it might be time to cut back or eliminate them altogether. Your joints may thank you. Food 3. Processed meats, a slow burn on joint health. Bacon, deli turkey, hot dogs, sausages. These are beloved breakfast items and sandwich staples, but for seniors, they might be stealthy destroyers of joint health. Processed meats contain preservatives, nitrates, and excess sodium, all of which can cause water retention and swelling in joints, promote oxidative stress that weakens cartilage, increase levels of advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which are harmful compounds formed when proteins or fats combine with sugar in the bloodstream. AGEs are particularly dangerous because they accelerate aging and damage connective tissue like cartilage and ligaments. The more processed meat you consume, the more AGEs accumulate in your body, weakening the support structures around your joints. Also, processed meats tend to be low in essential nutrients like omega-3 fatty acids, which help fight inflammation. So not only are you adding harmful compounds, you're also missing out on anti-inflammatory nutrients that protect joint health. If you want to protect your joints, consider replacing processed meats with wild-caught salmon or sardines, eggs from pasture-raised chickens, legumes like lentils and chickpeas, nuts and seeds for protein and healthy fats. How these foods work together to harm your joints. You might be wondering, how much harm could a few slices of turkey or a spoonful of ketchup really cause? The answer lies in accumulation. Seniors often consume these foods daily, not realizing that the inflammation caused by one food may be amplified by another. Here's what typically happens. Artificial sweeteners disrupt gut flora. Processed meats promote ages and oxidative stress. Tomato alkaloids add a layer of inflammatory irritation. Together, they create the perfect storm for chronic inflammation, a weakened immune response, and steadily degrading joint tissue. Over months and years, this results in cartilage breakdown, loss of flexibility, swollen, aching joints, reduced mobility, greater dependence on painkillers or joint replacement surgery. Joint pain isn't just about age, it's about awareness. Too many seniors accept joint pain as a natural consequence of aging. But in reality, your body might be sending warning signs about what's happening inside, and often, food is the hidden culprit. The good news? You have the power to reverse some of the damage. By identifying and removing these 3 innocent-looking foods, tomato-based products, diet sodas, artificial sweeteners, and processed meats, you may reduce inflammation, restore mobility, and reclaim comfort in your joints. No, this isn't a miracle cure. But it's a first step, a powerful shift in awareness that can change your path from pain to healing. If you're over 60 and struggling with joint issues, take a closer look at your plate. What you remove today might save your knees, hips, and hands tomorrow. Because healthy joints mean a healthy life, and it's never too late to take control. Over 70? Stop doing this every morning. It increases your risk of stroke by 60%. As we age, we begin to understand just how delicate our health really is. A single habit, done consistently, without question, can silently chip away at the body's resilience. For seniors over the age of 70, one particular morning habit, so common that many do it without a second thought, may be quietly raising their risk of a devastating health event, a stroke. And shockingly, research now shows that this simple habit could increase that risk by up to 60%. If you're over 70 or love someone who is, this could be one of the most important things you'll read today. The morning routine that's not as harmless as it seems. Every morning, millions of seniors start their day the same way. They wake up, reach for a cup of coffee or tea, possibly skip breakfast, and jump straight into their day, sometimes with light stretching, but often without adequate hydration or proper nutrition. But there's one habit more dangerous than most: getting out of bed too quickly without preparing the body. That's right, something as simple as abruptly rising from bed without warming up the circulatory system has now been shown to significantly increase the risk of ischemic stroke, especially in those over 70. Why? Because the human body, especially the aging body, is not designed to go from 0 to 60 in seconds. Overnight, your blood pressure drops slightly, your circulation slows, and your heart rate decreases. This is part of your body's natural rest state. But when you wake up and suddenly stand upright, particularly after lying down for hours, the body experiences what's known as orthostatic hypotension, a sudden drop in blood pressure. In younger individuals, this causes a moment of dizziness. But in older adults, it can lead to something much more dangerous, a dramatic change in blood flow to the brain. And that can trigger a stroke. What exactly happens when you stand up too fast? When you rise too quickly, blood rushes downward due to gravity. The heart has to work harder to pump blood back up to the brain. If the arteries are stiff or narrowed due to age, this return flow is delayed. The brain temporarily lacks oxygen-rich blood. In severe cases, this oxygen deprivation can cause a stroke, especially if clots are already present. Now, combine this with dehydration, high blood pressure, clogged arteries, or undiagnosed atrial fibrillation, all of which are common in older adults, and you have a dangerous recipe. Scientific backing. Why this warning matters. A recent study from the Journal of Neurology found that elderly individuals who experience frequent postural blood pressure drops were up to 60% more likely to suffer a stroke than those who rose slowly and cautiously in the morning. This isn't anecdotal, it's backed by science. Moreover, the risk of silent strokes, small strokes that don't show major symptoms but still damage brain tissue, is also significantly higher in seniors with poor morning routines. Over time, Silent strokes can lead to memory problems, speech difficulty, and even dementia. Other risk-enhancing morning mistakes. Standing up too quickly is just one part of the problem. Many seniors skip water in the morning, increasing blood viscosity. Drink coffee immediately on an empty stomach, spiking blood pressure. Avoid breakfast, depriving the brain of critical nutrients. Rush into physical activity, triggering sudden blood pressure shifts. Each of these adds more stress to the cardiovascular system, and if done regularly over weeks, months, or years, they collectively raise your stroke risk even higher. What you should do instead: a stroke-safe morning routine. If you're over 70, here's what you should do instead to dramatically lower your stroke risk. Wake up slowly. Open your eyes. Lie still for a moment. Breathe deeply. Let your body adjust to being awake. Hydrate before anything else. Keep a glass of water next to your bed. Sip slowly. This helps stabilize your blood volume and circulation. Do bedside stretches. Rotate your ankles. Flex your feet. Stretch your arms. And gently move your neck and spine. This warms up your nervous system and circulation. Sit up in stages. First, sit up slowly on the edge of the bed. Wait 30 seconds. If no dizziness occurs, proceed to stand up carefully. Avoid immediate caffeine. Wait at least 15 to 20 minutes before your first cup of coffee or tea. Let your body fully wake up first. Eat something light and nutritious. A small breakfast, like oatmeal, yogurt, or fruit, helps regulate blood sugar and provides fuel for your brain. Do not rush the first hour of your day. That first hour is when most strokes, heart attacks, and falls in seniors occur. Treat it as sacred time. Your morning could save your life. It may seem hard to believe that something as small as the way you get out of bed could impact your life in such a dramatic way. But for seniors over 70, especially those with high blood pressure, heart disease, or diabetes, these small shifts in daily habits are not small at all. They are life-altering. Stroke is one of the leading causes of death and disability in older adults. But it doesn't have to be your story, or the story of someone you love. Awareness is the first step. Action is the next. So tomorrow morning, don't rush. Give your body the gentle, loving start it deserves, because every peaceful morning may be adding more healthy years to your life. Elderly people, never mix these two common vitamins, dangerous interaction. When healthy becomes harmful. As we age, taking care of our health becomes more than just a choice, it becomes a necessity. Many older adults turn to vitamins and supplements in hopes of maintaining energy, supporting bone health, boosting immunity, and preserving brain function. And while that's a wise and proactive step, there's a hidden danger that most seniors aren't aware of. Some vitamins and supplements, when taken together, can interact in ways that are not just ineffective, but actually harmful. We often assume that because something is sold over the counter or labeled natural, it's automatically safe, but that's far from the truth. The reality is, our bodies change as we age, digestion slows, nutrient absorption shifts, and sensitivity to substances increases. This means certain combinations that might have been safe in youth can now pose real risks. Today, we're shining a light on two of the most commonly used vitamins among seniors, both of which are beneficial on their own, but when taken together, they can silently sabotage your health, especially your heart and brain. This is a warning that could save lives, or at the very least, prevent unnecessary complications. So, let's take a closer look at what these vitamins are, why their interaction is dangerous, and how to protect yourself or your loved ones from this hidden trap. The most dangerous duo: vitamin E and vitamin K. Let's begin with the two key players, vitamin E and vitamin K. Both are essential to health in different ways. Vitamin E is a powerful antioxidant. It protects your cells from oxidative stress, supports immune function, and is often taken to slow aging and promote heart health. Vitamin K, especially K1 and K2, plays a critical role in blood clotting and bone health. It ensures that calcium is directed to the bones and not to the arteries, which is essential in preventing arterial calcification. Individually, both are helpful, but taken together, especially in high doses, they can become a silent threat. How they interact: a war between blood thinners and clotting agents. Here's the problem. Vitamin E has natural blood thinning properties. While vitamin K helps the blood clot, they work in opposite directions within the body's delicate balance of coagulation. In small, natural dietary amounts, this might not be an issue. But when taken in supplement form, especially megadoses, the competition between the two can become dangerous. Too much vitamin E can thin the blood excessively, increasing the risk of internal bleeding, bruising, or hemorrhagic stroke. At the same time, vitamin K may try to reverse this effect, potentially leading to unpredictable clotting, especially in those already on blood-thinning medications like warfarin and Coumadin. The real risk arises when seniors take both vitamins as supplements without medical supervision, or even worse, while also taking prescribed anticoagulants, which many older adults do after heart events or to prevent strokes. This interaction can destabilize the body's clotting ability, leading to serious complications. Who's most at risk? This dangerous interaction is especially concerning for people over 65, seniors taking blood thinners, individuals with a history of stroke, deep vein thrombosis, or atrial fibrillation, those taking high-dose multivitamins without reading the label, people self-medicating with over-the-counter vitamin E for skin, heart, or anti-aging benefits. It's important to realize that many senior or heart health supplements include both vitamin E and vitamin K marketed as a total wellness solution. But for sensitive individuals, this can be a recipe for internal disaster. The symptoms you might miss. One of the most dangerous things about this interaction is that the symptoms are subtle until it's too late. Signs of possible vitamin E overdose or negative interaction with vitamin K may include frequent bruising, nosebleeds, bleeding gums, blood in the urine or stool, dizziness or lightheadedness, unexplained fatigue, unusual headaches, possible warning sign of brain bleeding. Unfortunately, many seniors may dismiss these symptoms as normal aging or worse, not notice them at all. That's why awareness is key. What you should do instead, if you or someone you love is over 60 and taking supplements. Here are the smart steps to stay safe. Read all supplement labels carefully. Watch out for combinations of vitamins, especially all-in-one blends. Even natural or organic products can be harmful in the wrong dose. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist before combining supplements, especially if you're taking blood thinners or have heart conditions. Avoid high-dose vitamin E supplements unless specifically prescribed. The recommended daily allowance for adults is about 15 mg, 22.4 IU. Many supplements contain 100 to 400 IU, which may be far too much for seniors. Choose food sources over pills when possible. Getting vitamins through a balanced diet is safer. Leafy greens for vitamin K, nuts and seeds for vitamin E. Nature tends to provide these in balanced amounts. Get regular blood work. If you take any supplements regularly, ask your doctor to monitor your blood clotting and liver function at least annually. Health isn't about taking more, but taking what's right. As we grow older, our bodies deserve more care, not more risk. It's tempting to load up on vitamins, thinking we're doing ourselves a favor. But health isn't about taking more, it's about taking what's right. In the right way, at the right time. The combination of vitamin E and vitamin K may sound harmless, even helpful. But without guidance, it could silently undermine your health, especially for those already managing complex conditions. So let this be a gentle reminder. Your body is wise, but it needs your help. Every pill, every capsule, every supplement should serve your healing, not put it in danger. Before reaching for the next bottle, pause, ask, learn, consult. Because the best medicine is not always more, it's knowledge, balance, and care. And when it comes to your golden years, you deserve nothing less.